Hey guys, welcome back. This is Project Life week 48. I'm desperately trying to wrap up my 2020 album so I can start on 2021. Today I'm going to do a little kind of five favorites thing. It's very informal though, a five favorite things layout. I've got a few alpha stamps from Kelly Stamps and Citrus Twist. I've got a 6x8 paper pad. I've got these easy journal note cards from scrapbook.com. I've also got a super old Maggie Holmes sticker book and some enamel dots that were left over from a couple of different Citrus Twist kits. So that's what I'm working with. It was just a few things that I had handy. I kind of grabbed them out. And I'm just going to make a really simple layout. Like I said, I'm trying to get 2020 finished, and so I'm going to keep things as simple as I possibly can. This whole layout did not take me any time at all, really. I haven't had to speed it up that much for you guys. I think I probably spent about 20 minutes doing this. So simple, easy as. I'm going to definitely get through the next few weeks sort of as quickly as I can. So I picked out a few papers from that, I think it's Hey Hello, the collection, and I kind of picked a few sort of simpler patterns. I've got a plaid, actually I've got a couple of plaids. One's kind of a gingham, a plaid, and just a simple pink polka dot. There's lots of pops of pink in my photos, so I'm kind of going to play that up, but you can see that I'm not adding too much kind of extra color as far as the papers go. I'm going to use that easy journal note card for my title card because I want to do some stamping on there, and all the other pops of colors are just going to come from the sticker book and some of those little enamel dots. Now, I mean, these sticker books are always so full of stickers. I do find that it takes me a little bit of extra time to kind of go through them and see what I want to use. I think it's that little dilemma of having too much choice. It does really kind of slow things down for me because I want to make sure I'm getting the right sticker. And so today I tried not to deliberate too much about which stickers I'm using. If I saw one that I liked, I just went ahead and plonked it down rather than going back and forward through the books. So this is a little photo of some Happy Mail that Mel sent me. I added the photo to the 3x4 paper, and I'm adding just a couple of stickers. These ones are transparent ones, so it kind of worked perfectly. Looks like maybe I've handwritten something on there. I wish. It says Hello Happiness. It was as close to Happy Mail as I could get from inside that sticker book. Now I decided that before I went too far ahead with continuing to like embellish the rest of this page, that I would go ahead and stamp my title card. I have just planned for this to be pretty basic and simple. So I'm using my favorite outline alphas from Citrus Twist, and then I've got my Bishop Street numbers from Kelly Stamps. I'm shocking myself by doing this planning. I just wanted to make sure that all of that was going to actually fit on the note card and how best to make sure that was like as centered as possible, and it did fit fine. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp. I'm stamping in two different colors because this is like an outline stamp. I went with a kind of darker red color just because I didn't want to go like too, I'm going to say it, I don't want to go too themey pink and then I see the stamping here and it looks pink, but it's definitely red. It definitely looks red. I just wanted a kind of two-tone stamping. So the outline is in red, and then these numbers I am going to do in pink. Now you can see I've definitely used these numbers multiple times before, so I'm not bothering to kind of prime them or anything. I'm not even bothering to kind of test stamp them. I'm just stamping them down. I wasn't too worried. I don't kind of mind that modelly look when it's on a note card like this. It just kind of adds a little bit of texture. So for now, that's where I'm leaving it. I just wanted to make sure I had that color on there so that I could go ahead and embellish the rest of the page while bearing in mind that that's going to be up there for balancing things out. Now, I had these were some really crappy photos. I'd just taken them to send a picture to my sister, so the quality is terrible. To kind of disguise that a little bit, I printed it on my Instax printer, and so when I use an Instax in here, I do make sure that as well as the adhesive, I am adding something a little bit more substantial as far as adhering them. So I always chuck a couple of little staples in them. I have definitely had older albums with Instaxes in them, and the adhesive kind of tends to deteriorate, so I make sure I put a couple of staples in there. Now the rest of the page, like I said, is going to be super simple, so I'm just going through the sticker book and adding little stickers as I see them, and then because I've added one little sticker up the top here, I think it says remember this or something like that, I'm going to finish off this like photo and I'm going to stamp a little title down here. So I can't actually remember the name of this alpha. I don't think it's available anymore. It was one of my favorites from Kelly Stamps. And what I'm going to do is kind of stamp my title down here at the bottom. It's a little bit long for the space that I had to stamp in, so it fits as far as the 6-inch photo goes, but you can see down here there's, well, in the whole photo there's not really one solid space for stamping. So what I decided to do was just stamp in black, and I'm going to stamp down here on this kind of stripy background. I'm going to stamp it in black, and it kind of disguises the stamping a little bit. Like if you had a clear photo and you stamped this big black title down the bottom of it, it would really stand out. But because I've got that darker kind of motley photo down the bottom, the title kind of gets a little bit hidden. It blends into the photo a bit more, and so doesn't quite stick out as much as it would on a clear photo. And I liked that. I don't want that to be like the predominant part of this layout, and so having it a little bit hidden like that works nicely for me, especially because I've got some sort of busier photos on there. I've done like a photo grid at the top of Lily playing with her pig, and then there's the 2 Instax photos, so there is a little bit of busyness going on, so I didn't want to add too much to that. Now I did notice as I was flicking through these sticker sheets, there were number stickers in there. I definitely could have used those instead of the stamps. I kind of wish I did, because then I would have added a little bit more color, but it is what it is. I'm keeping things simple and not putting too much pressure for things to be perfect, so just going with what I've got. Now these stickers, I picked them out because I thought it would be nice on my photo. I didn't realize that each letter was like a million tiny little pieces, so as well as trying to get the word straight, I'm trying to get the pieces straight, especially on this V, to make sure that it actually still reads as love. It did not stand out off my photos quite as much as I had hoped it would. And because these are just paper stickers, there's no dimension in there to kind of give it that little bit of contrast. So instead what I'm going to do is just add a couple more stickers and make it a little bit more of a kind of cluster rather than a title. So I've added hashtag smile next to it, and then I've got one of these tiny little words, and I'm going to add that over top of the love sticker again, just to kind of make it a little bit more of a cluster, I guess. Now, like I said, I'm picking out stickers as I'm going. So I saw this Happy Day sticker. It's kind of an odd sort of shape. I think it's probably more for planners maybe. And so I'm going to use that as a little background layering piece for my photo. So the sentiment will stick out underneath the photo, and the kind of background piece will just give a tiny little border to my photo. And then I found these labels, so I'm going to add one back into my title card. Just going to add that underneath. I was working out where to put it. The other thing with these sticker books is when those stickers are down, they're down. So there's no peeling things off. They are a very lightweight paper, so there's no room for error with this. I decided to end up putting it over on the kind of right-hand side, just because when I ended up stamping the title, it was a little bit uncentered, so it was a little bit more towards the left than the middle, so having that sticker, the label on the right, just kind of balances out that weight a little bit. gonna just keep going through the sticker book, pulling out these little tiny words. I mean, I'm pretty much done, to be honest. I've added something to most of these photos, and this photo here is a little bit busier, so I'm only adding one tiny little word. I think I add another one later on. I did add that little arrow sort of banner shape at the top to my title card because I've added kind of, I never know what that color is called. It's not really yellow and it's not really green. It's sort of in between. I added that to my cookie photo, and so I wanted to add a little bit more of that color to the title card. So I've got the little banner in there. I'm pretty much done now. I'm just going to add a few other little pops of color, and again I'm adding the enamel dots around that same kind of cluster in the middle, so that definitely helps to create more of an element rather than some random stickers. I've got two different sheets of enamel dots because I wasn't really sure what kind of colors I was going to end up with this week, and I'm glad that I did pull out the second sheet here because it's got that same kind of not yellow, not green color on it. So I'm going to add a few more little pops of that around, as well as some bigger dots with the pink. I'm really only going to add these in 3 places, so that cluster at the top, a couple on my car photo, and a couple on the title card. And then that is this layout all done. Like I said, super simple, trying to keep it easy and breezy and getting things done. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there are a couple more videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye guys.